Bridging the gap. Nyomi Banks, the goddess. Tune in. Hey yo, Black, where we at? Elements. Got a problem? What's the issue? Ask Nyomi for advice, she will bless you. Is it sex, love, or relationships? If your spirits are down, you can get a daily uplift. Just listen every word that she speaks. Setting trends with hashtags for every day of the week. Hashtag motivational Mondays, testimonial Tuesdays. I've been listening for the last 2 days. Wet Willie or Wisdom Wednesdays. Either way, the conversation gon' be lengthy. It's not hearsay, this is her way. You know she'll keep you thirst trapping on a Thursday. 4 days down, I'll talk about the number 5 day. Never coy, she always keeps it freaky on Fridays. Spiritual on Saturdays with sessions in the morning. Still uplifting and inspiring you all in. Being the goddess that she is, she keeps you all in. Formed on soul searching Sundays, just call in. If you misinformed, come get the facts. Fortunate for you, she's looking to bridge the gap. Yes, she was a porn star, but she's more than that. She's a certified specialist teaching us how to act. By the end of the show, we'll agree to disagree, but be good to each other and ourselves and keep it sexy. Yeah. Tune in every week to Ask Nyomi. Bridging the gap with Nyomi Banks and Dog Pound Mike. Don't miss it. Tune in.
All right. It's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, here on Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast, where we are live every Thursday here on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. You know what it is. What's going on, Dog Pound Mike?
What's happening, Nyomi?
Oh, let's just pray for me that we're going to get through this tonight.
Yeah, we halfway there.
We halfway there? We halfway there. All right here at Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap, this is where we talk about love, sex, relationship, culture differences, and so much more by bridging the gap between all and teaching the world on sex, language, attitude, and spiritual uplifting. Tonight, our topic is about happiness. On do you know what your happy is?
Mm-hmm.
You know, probably a few months ago. Do you remember this, Mike? A few months ago, I was talking to you on the phone, and I was asking just a general question on do you know what your happy is? Like, what truly makes you happy? And, you know, sometimes we want, we say we want to be happy, but do we really know what makes us happy?
Right.
You know, do we really know what makes us happy? Really? So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to take a quick break and come back because let me tell you, remember I told you last week I got a new prescription, contacts and all. And it's not agreeing with me too well right now. So you just bear with me tonight. Bear with me tonight. Yeah. That I have a really bad migraine, but I'm working through it, y'all. I'm working through it. So I see all of my BTG crew in there. I see some familiar faces that I hadn't seen in a while. I want to say hey to all of y'all there right now. But we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back. And we're going to talk about happiness. And I want y'all to come on in with me and you know, possibly join me because I want to know what makes you happy. And we got like some levels. I didn't know, but what I was doing my research earlier today, I found out that there's actually some different types of levels to happiness. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
No, okay.
Gotta hear those.
Yeah. So it's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, here on Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back.
Hey, it's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks. And are you ready to get shaped by the goddess? Well, you go over to shadegoddess.net where we have all the sexy luxury style glasses for both men and women that you can get your sexy on. You can go out looking like a goddess or a god. But make sure you check out Shade Goddess at shadegoddess.net. Come get officially shaded by the goddess at shadegoddess.net.
All right. It's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, here on Ask Naomi Bridging the God podcast, where we talk about everything: sex, love, relationship advice, culture differences, spiritual uplifting, all of those things. But tonight we are talking about happiness. Do you know what your happy is? What is your happy? What is your happy? I'm here with my boy, Dog Pound Mike. Mike, what's going on, baby?
What's happening? What's happening? I'm happy.
You happy? Are you happy?
I'm happy, y'all.
You happy, y'all? All right. So if y'all new to this show, I want to welcome some of the new people here as well, that you're able to catch up with me. Thank you for coming out. And again, I want to shout out to my BTG crew. That's my Bridging the Gap crew over there. I see y'all and I love y'all. If any of y'all out in Florida, I hope that you guys are being safe right now, because I heard there was a nice little storm, a hurricane coming in. So I hope that you guys are being safe and you are sheltering. And I know that how they're saying that and they're looking at you. Hey, they can look at me through the phone, right? I just want to make sure that I'm letting y'all know that I am praying for y'all, that y'all be safe out there.
Yes, we are.
What you're doing. So like I said, I see everybody. Now I see some questions out there. So I want to tell you this, because I know some of you are new here, that I will answer the questions towards the end of the show, right?
Right.
Towards the end of the show. All right, so I know earlier this week, from my Tuesday Tea Time with Naomi, I said that we were going to talk about porn addiction. I lied. Well, I really didn't lie. I tell y'all, when I get up in the morning and I do my meditation and my prayer and meditation and stuff like that, different things come to my mind. And it was like, no, we're not talking about that today. We're talking about happiness. And we're talking about, do people truly know what makes them happy? So it's like when you, and I'm being honest, you know, when you're in a relationship with somebody and you say, y'all not making me happy, or you're not making me happy. And that person said, well, I'm trying to do everything possible to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do everything possible to make you happy. And then you think about, okay, so if I'm telling you what makes me happy, are you doing those things to make that person happy? Or are you doing what you feel that's making you happy for that person?
Right. Understandable.
You understand what I'm saying?
Understandable.
So even if they did do what you want them to do for happy, is that really your happy?
Good question. Good question.
Is that really your happy?
Right. Is everybody out there? How your screens, how your connections going today?
All right, so right now, we saw a little text right here that says that the screen, and we just want to make sure that everything is good with the screen. So can y'all see me very well? I know that there's technical difficulties. We kind of had them earlier today.
Right.
So let me know, my BTG crew, are we good out there? Can y'all see me? Am I looking lovely? Am I all red? In my nice little puffy afro curly curl going on here?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, so I guess let me ask you first, Dog Pound Mike.
Yep.
What's your happy?
You know something? That's a good question for me, because I've always believed happiness is what you make out of your life, what you take out of your life at the point where it's at. You know, as a kid, everybody have kids. Everybody have dreams to grow up in doctor, lawyer, sports superstar, rapper, all these big things. But as you get older and you accomplish some things and you don't accomplish everything you wanted to, are you still happy in your life? You know, so I believe sometime in life you have to take the time to see exactly where you at and what you're doing, and see, are you happy with yourself where you at in your life? You know, because I think we can spend a whole lot of time being depressed about things, but I think most people have more than a lot of other people. You know, so do that make you happy, or do it make you depressed that you don't have everything that you dreamed of? You know?
Right.
So you have to take where you're at in your life and really evaluate. Am I happy with it? And if you truly can be happy with where you at, not meaning that you stagnant and don't want to do more, but just the fact of what I have done to this point, am I happy?
Right. Okay, so for me, am I happy? to a certain extent, and I'm just gonna be totally honest with certain things I am happy with. And it's not even about, let me say this, it's not all about what I have or what I don't have or what I've accomplished or what I haven't accomplished.
Okay.
Is that I know there is more in life that I want to do.
Okay, understand.
Meaning, it's like, so let me go back to this. What makes me happy? Helping people.
Okay.
That's like me helping, me talking, me speaking with people. That truly makes me happy. It really does. And it's crazy that I would say that in people, and I'm about to say something real ignorant, being in other people's business, but I'm not in other people's business because people come to me,
right,
you know, asking for advice.
Right.
But that does make me happy when I'm able to help somebody, encourage or inspire somebody else's life, you know, as I'm going through my own, you know, my own thing. So that's my happy there. All right. But also where my unhappiness come from is probably come from my will of being wanting to be perfect.
Okay.
And that's just true. That's a constant battle that I have with myself on a daily. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it makes sense. So I guess in happiness, then, I mean, in your own personal life and everybody's own personal life, you can have parts of your life that you're happy with, but then parts of life that you're not happy with. You know, so that's an eternal battle. So can you really have a clear, just like total happiness of everything in your life?
Can you? Can you?
I
mean, that's a good question. Is can you? Because I like what you said earlier, is that as you get older in life and you grow in life, you go through certain stages or certain chapters in your life.
Exactly. And
maybe in this chapter, you were actually quite happy in where you were at or content or whatever. But as you get older and more things are exposed to you, are more influenced by you, to you and for you, you know, then your wants and needs, not only for yourself, but your family broadens out.
Right.
You know, so that in that point, does that help determine your it helps determine your happiness? Does that make sense?
Yes, I think so. I really think so. You know, I mean, if you strive and you reaching for goals and things you want to accomplish, and then say you have a child, you in a relationship, you have a child, is it happy for you to sacrifice some of your wants so your kids and your family can do better? Now, if that truly makes you happy, then you should have that happiness. But if it's a part of you saying, oh, I still didn't do this, or I still got to do that, does that depress you? So you can't get that total happiness. So really, I think that's a big struggle with a lot of people. A lot of people who are creative people and goals and things they want to do. Do you give up some of your happiness for your kids' happiness, or even for your kids striving to be happy? You know? Okay.
I hear you totally. Now I just went at a quiet moment right then, because me being a parent, and one thing is me being a parent at 19 years old. So I was a teenage mother at 19 years old. And so what I strive to do is make sure that I did not lose who I was for me and mothering, but also try to be the best mother to my child, to show them they're happy. So I'm gonna be honest, I think I was more happy when I didn't have the fame and the fortune.
Okay.
And that's the truth, because it's like once you start to get this certain fame or certain fortune, that now you are looked at to have a certain stature or perception, like their perception of what your life should be in their eyes, not what your life should be, but what they feel your life should be. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? So in that, no lie, before I start going through this spiritual journey, that has been a big battle of mine, is trying to live up to other people's perception of what or what I have or what I should have or where I should be in life, which made me unhappy. Oh, wow. It was something that I used to say. I remember back in the day when I first got into the entertainment industry, period. My thing is I never had a ceiling to my success. You know, I just knew I was going to be this multi-million-dollar industry walking around here, that I was going to do A, B, C, and D. And this was not even in the adult industry, was nowhere near in that realm of things, you know, in that thing. But that's something that I always was looking for to do, because one, I was trying to prove a point. Okay. So that made it, now I see that made it not irrelevant, but it didn't allow me to enjoy that that growth then. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It didn't allow me to make that growth. So even in that happiness, that happiness that I had there was like, okay, I know I'm doing it, I'm doing good. But that happiness because, oh, I'm proving that person wrong, but I'm still living in my happy. I'm still being me. I'm still doing, but there's still something missing, but I'm still being happy. I'm still being happy. So then when I go, now I start to be in these relationships with people, you know. So in the first relationship that I'm saying, okay, I just need you to make me happy. And they trying to do everything in the world to make me happy. And I'm like, okay, they're not making me happy. Then I had to think about it. Did I voice to them what make me happy? Because they're buying me everything. They're doing all of those things for me, but yet that's not making me happy. So in that process, when that's not making me happy, it makes people look at you as you being ungrateful, that you're not appreciating them, or as people would say, a gold digger or whatever, because maybe it's not enough of what they were given. The problem is at that point in time, I really didn't know what my happy was. Right. And why I didn't know what my happy was is because when I was growing up, it was told what my happy should be. Okay. Okay. Can you see that? Can you y'all hear that? Yeah. So it's like, at what time in our lives do we start to know and understand what our happy is?
Good question. That's a good question, and that's a process, because you're right. As younger kids and teenagers, we kind of told what our happy is, and if not told, we kind of see what our parents doing and what older people are doing, and see if they're and that's when we start to formulate what we think happy is. But in reality, happy is happy. Happy is what makes you feel good every day. Happy is what makes you smile. Happy is what, you're doing something that you love and enjoy, And I think that's, like you said, that's when we kind of learn what our happiness is, Like you say, in your relationships, I guess in most relationships, we probably look at them and guide them by society view of relationship, Okay, a man get married to a woman, a man take care of a woman and provides and give her this and be loyal and this and that. But like you said, if that's not the exact things that you asked for in a relationship and said this make you happy, no matter what that other person is doing, if he or she is not giving you those things, then you are truly not happy. Right. And society looks back and be like, girl, you crazy. He gave you this or she gave you this and you got this and that. But if that's not what you asked for, that's not your happy. Right. Right. So let me ask you this, because you said what your happy was. So let me ask you, when did you know when your happy was? Yesterday. No. Oh! But your happiness come and go. It still come and go. I mean, like you say, what your happiness are in some things, The thing is when you're doing the thing that make you happy, like, little kid, I want to be an NBA player. All my life I played basketball, but I'm 5'8". I ain't gonna make it to the NBA. So
you 5 what? Because you said that real fast.
5'9".
Oh, did he just jump up there?
6'2".
You just jumped up there because you said it real fast, and I promise you, I heard 5'8".
6'2" with my new Jordans on.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
You know, but the thing is you get to the point where okay, that's not gonna happen. But I did that. I enjoyed doing that. Played basketball, high school, low and college, and you enjoy doing that. But you know that's where. So that next stage in your life, whatever you plan to do, then with me is get into the entertainment business, doing some things, which really brought me a lot of happiness and joy, and I'm still into it. But did it hit the success that I wanted to hit? No, not yet. But the process of building it and doing it and growing, and every little bit I do has gave me a lot of happiness and successfulness. So I can live into that happiness while I'm still growing and trying to achieve more. But at the same time, it's now I got a family, I got kids, and I want to share happiness. Prepare them to see some happiness as well.
Right.
So you do sacrifice some of your happiness for it. So, but that makes me happy.
So would you call that an even trade?
Ooh, wow. Which is plain on too. In a sense, yes, it is. Happiness is an even trade. Happiness, it is some sacrifice in it, because the thing is I can sit back and be depressed, but I didn't do this, I didn't do that. But then again, when I see my kids doing this, do that brings me happiness. When you see them graduate, when you see them playing sports, when you see them go to school and do some things in the class play, oh wow, that makes me happy. So in a sense, it is that even trade. It is that trade-off.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because I hear you say when you see everybody else doing their thing and they happy, that makes you happy. So there is not, okay, so let me say I had saw on Black Ink this past week, and the young lady that's married to Puma.
Okay.
And she was saying how her being married in a relationship, and she felt like she's lost herself in being a mother and being a wife, providing for the family, that she was no longer who she was before getting into that relationship and becoming all of that. And so even though she was happy for the success of her husband and she was happy for her having a kid, she still found something that was unhappy or imbalanced or incomplete within her. Right. So let me ask you this. Now, you said all of those things about the for your kids and stuff. All of those things, you're still happy within yourself.
Yes. Yes. Okay. You know something, and it was a post I saw on Facebook, Instagram. I meant to send it to you, Naomi. Okay. But it was I think it was NDRE, or what's the name, the other flamboyant singer, was making a statement that said 85% of the people are followers, and the other 15s are creative and entrepreneur and do that, which is a very true statement. But out of those 85% that are, I guess, in the status of true followers, it don't mean that they didn't go out there and strive for their dreams, because everybody is not going to be a rapper, a musician, a doctor, a lawyer, a basketball player. Everybody's not going to make it, but it's a lot of people who strive to make it, who did the best that they can to make it. So sometime in that, if you don't make it to that point, you still got to sit in your happiness of trying to get there, whether you're giving up or not. Because believe me, I believe there's a whole lot of homeless actors, homeless doctors, homeless musicians, homeless sports professionals that couldn't make it to that level, but they tried, and they didn't have nothing to fall back on. So
are they happy?
No, they're probably not happy.
Okay.
But they could be happy if they realize the point of, okay, I didn't make the NBA, but I'm a coach. Can I be happy being a coach and not depressed that I didn't make the NBA? Okay. I didn't be a doctor, but I'm a what you call it, a paramedic. I didn't make it that step. That's why I strive to be, but I didn't make it. Can I be happy in where I'm at in my life now? And I think people truly can be happy with it. You just gotta understand that I gave my best. Now you won't be happy if you didn't give your best, if you didn't give your all, you know. And then even like I said before, sometimes giving your all will get interrupted by family, kids, another life situation, because life does happen. You know, something happened, and it could be derailed or slowed down, or in that sense. But you truly have to take pride in, am I happy with where I am now? You know, can I get up? It's not the job. Okay, it's not the job that I want and I love, but it provides for me and my family. So can I truly get up and work? And I can even be at work, say I hate that job, but I'm happy that I have one.
Right. All right. So let me say this, Mike, because everything that I heard you say was about accomplishments, about, you know, certain things. I'm talking about just the happiness within you. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Like what truly make you happy. So for you, is happiness accomplishments for you?
In some form, yes, but not in all forms. Okay. In happiness, you know. Okay. Sometimes the littlest things in the world make you happy. Just seeing a nice sunrise. Right. You know, going out and just, you know, meditate, being in your own spirit. That can make you happy and joyful. But I guess for the most part, and I guess living accomplishments is a part of you being happy with yourself. Okay. This is my question. This is my question to everybody. I love that the BTG crew, they got some really great things. I can't wait till we get to the comments over here. But I want to ask you guys something. I want to ask, do you feel that a person, your person, are they responsible for your happiness? I don't think they're responsible for it, but they have a great deal of responsibility towards it. I like that. They have a great deal of responsibility. I like that. You know, I like that. I like that. All right, so I keep seeing this contentment. Yes, I keep seeing this contentment. I want to thank the few people that said that. I think that was Doorman Daddy. Yeah, Doorman Daddy said it a few times with contentment. You want to go to that comment? No, not yet, because he said several different things in this comment. All right, so you know, y'all, I'm gonna be very honest with y'all when I'm talking to y'all, especially, I'm going to be. And I could be very wrong about this. When I hear the word content, for me, and that's for me, and I could be definitely wrong, and somebody can please help me out and tell me, well, content for me, it means to settle. I can see that. For me, it means to settle. Now, help me out with this, y'all. I promise you, because when I hear that word, you just in content on where you at, and it's like, no, that's for me. That means settle. That means I'm settling for. Well, you know something, and to me, it doesn't mean settling for. It means right now, this is where I'm at, and I'm happy where I'm at. Right. But content does not mean still trying to do more and grow and learn, because you know, you say it all the time, we always growing, we always learning, we always attaining knowledge. The thing is while you doing that don't mean you can't be happy. Okay. You know, while you enjoying where you at right now, that don't mean you're not happy and still doing more. Right. You know, I mean, right now I'm content being dog pound, you know, doing it behind the scenes. But one day I want to be on the other side of the camera. And that's what I'm still going for. But you understand it that way, right? You know? So let me say this, because I see a lot of it. So let me say this, and I guess I come from a very overly driven family. Okay. I understand that. Overly driven family. So this some right now, y'all. I'm getting counseling right now as we speak right now. So my mom used to always say, "So you continue what you're doing right now." So you content with this grade right here, and I be looking like it could be a C. I be like, yeah, I'm good with that C. Yeah. But and that make
in her saying that to me, that made me feel like, damn, like I'm just selling it for that damn seat, so I have to work harder. And that word content, like, was like,
okay,
you see what I'm saying?
I see how that got burned into you. You know, are you happy with that seat? You know,
right? Or are you content on saying that speech like that? And I was, it wasn't good to you. She was like, was it good to you? Are you content with that? It was like she would never give me the answer, a yes or no, but she was like, are you content with that? And it was like, you know, it wasn't like, well, baby, are you content with that? Like, it's good. But it was like, are you content with that? And I'd be like, damn, like.
She burned something.
Right, like, damn, like, no, let me go back. I have to go back in the bathroom again and do the speech over again.
I think even now, you just turned 50, but I think you and your mama got to sit down and have a conversation.
I'm going to ask, are you content with it?
Ooh, don't go there. Ask Naomi will not be on next week.
Oh my God. And I see all of y'all, and I get it. I'm telling you, as I'm telling y'all, as I continue to grow, and learn myself more and more in things, I'm telling you, what I tell you sometimes with your parent, I'm telling you, that shit be wrong. It be wrong. Yeah. And so I'm battling, you know, that's 50 years of shit. You understand what I'm saying? That I have to try to get away, try to get away from, and especially grow and be truly happy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I truly want to be happy and free. And it was something that I said the other day. It's like, I remember I went through this challenge, and the challenge for me was to choose to be happy for 14 days in a row. I was challenging myself to be, you know, happy every day. That means that I choose to get up and be happy regardless on what situation happened. And I did it for 14 days straight. Mm-hmm. On the 14th day, towards the end of the day, I did receive a phone call from somebody, and that kind of like, and I don't want to exactly put it on them, because it was my self allowing those emotions to come to where I wasn't happy anymore. So then when I woke up the next morning, I was still feeling what I was feeling the night before. Right. So it was like trying to even get back to where that happy was that I felt, you know, those past 14 days. You understand what I'm saying? Before that happened. So it's like you trying to get back there. Like, okay, like, what was I thinking about when I got up in the morning? What was I thinking about? You know, but then I was so upset with myself because I allowed that to happen, and I was on a nice little roll. So now I got to start all over again. You know, that was it then. You know, I have to start all over again, you know, with that. Mm. Yeah. Mm.
But you know something, even what you said, start back over again, you really didn't have to, because that's why I take it as being content too. Being content is you at that state of happiness for where you're at now. Doesn't mean that everything is perfect. Mm-hmm. Because if everything was perfect, then you wouldn't see more need to grow. Mm-hmm. You know, but so being content where you're at now still means this is where I'm at now. I'm happy with things, but I still want this. You know, and I see a comment here which is totally true. Happiness is a choice. Yeah. Like I said, you got up and made that choice.
I made that choice to be happy.
No matter what was going on, I'm happy.
Right.
Because I woke up.
Right. But I'm just blessed to have folks in my house that's not going to challenge my happiness. They know better not to challenge my happiness.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing too. The biggest thing is having people challenge their happiness, whether in your house or at your job or whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're around miserable people, if you're around depressed people, if you're around unhappy people, that is going to break to your happy spirit, your contentment, your content spirit, you know?
Right. All right, so let's flip this. Let's flip this. Let's go on the person that's trying so hard to make their happy is making other people happy. Mm. Their happy is making somebody else happy.
Well, like I said, that goes to some type of parenting, and that goes to people in, you know, a lot of people in relationships. If you and your relationship trying to make the other person happy all the time, the biggest question there is, are you truly happy? Right.
But also the question is that did you ask that person what makes them happy? Because sometimes we just do things because it makes us happy and we're thinking it's going to make them happy because we're doing A, B, C, and D. That might not be what they want. Have you taken a chance to ask them what did they want? What makes them happy?
Right. Right. That goes back to the communication. Yeah. You need to ask that person what makes them happy. And that person needs to be honest with what really makes them happy. You know? But even with that, you know, that person that loves the other person, sometimes they feel that they're probably not able to do all those things.
Do all what? To be happy?
To do the thing that will make that person, the other person happy.
But how do they know if they didn't ask?
You're absolutely right.
You know, and let's go back to this because this is something that we have to think about who our true being and our true self is. That's truly what happiness is, when you know who you are and you're comfortable in who you are and you can live in your truth. That means that whoever relationship you is, a lover, friend, mother, daughter, you understand what I'm saying? That you can be authentically you in that as a person that you already know. So if somebody asks you what makes you happy, you can sit here, well, this makes me happy. You know, or just being in my presence that truly makes me happy. Or, you know, or look, romance makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? Not afraid to tell people what makes you happy. A lot of times people are afraid to tell people what makes them happy because it might not be what they think that they want.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or it might be they don't know what makes them happy.
That's another thing.
You know?
That's another thing.
People walk around here happy as hell, but don't really know what makes them happy. It's just a feeling.
It's just a feeling. On that note, we're going to come back because guess what? I have some different levels. I went and did a little research. I went to a little website. I think y'all going to enjoy it. We're going to take a quick break. It's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, here on Ask Nyomi, Bridging the Gap with Dog Pound Mike. We'll be right back.
Hey, my sexy people, this is your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, and I just wanted to talk about something a little serious real quick. Right now in this world, sex trafficking is at an all-time high, and I want you ladies to be especially aware when you are out and pay attention to certain things. Now, there's a list of things right here that is going around social media, and I just wanted to pay special attention to it and just share it with you. So as I always say, always keep it sexy, but always be safe.
All right, so that's Nyomi Talks there. Like I spent a lot of time on this. All right, so my number one, I read it before, and it's the mind. And this is a new one for me. It's like one when I was doing the research on it, and actually when I did my class on this, I actually got a 96 out of this class. But I saw with licorice, and I love licorice. I really do. And that the vine is something that I thought that would be pretty cool, like wrapping the licorice around your mate's penis and eating it off or sucking it off or something like that. That's my number one food game with this. So, my number two.
All right, if you want to hear more of Nyomi's top tips, make sure you tune in every week, every Thursday at Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap on podcast, YouTube Live, and every streaming network. Keep it sexy.
All right. Welcome back to Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap. It's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, right here with Dog Pound Mike. What's going on?
You got it.
All right, so we are talking about happiness. What is your happy? And we had a pretty good conversation before this break. We did, and I said I was coming back and I was going to give y'all some levels. Some levels. I did some research. I'm going to give you a website, y'all. I'm going to give y'all the website on what I went to. theworldcounts.com. I believe that's it, theworldcounts.com. And it was giving you the 4 levels of happiness on there, from there. And level said, so let me say this. This is what it said. It says 4 levels of happiness. We all strive for happiness according to Aristotle. It is the only thing we want for its own sake. Everything else, let me put on my glasses, y'all look. I ain't even realized that. Okay. Everything else we do is in order to be happy in one way or another. But happiness is not a simple concept. Yes. So Aristotle distinguished between 4 different levels of happiness. All right. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? All right. So here we go. Happiness level 1. Laetus. Laetus. Happiness from material objects. Happiness is the first level, is simple about sensual gratification based on things, something external. The kind of happiness can be intense but short-lived. People focusing exclusively on level 1 risk to hit a crisis where life seems shallow and without meaning. In other words, there's a limit to pleasure you get from a new car, a holiday, a nice meal, etc. Is this the only source of happiness? As long as you forget about the other levels, there is absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying the pleasures of level 1 that life can provide.
Okay. Wow. That's something. Like you go out and have that good dinner that you want, and crab legs and the shrimp and that stuff, and you love it and you're happy with it, but in the hour and stuff, the meal is gone. It's over. Right.
You know, like I experienced that not too long ago. Like seriously, in when I realized it, I was like, wow. So that's like a instant gratification.
Oh right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was an instant gratification. Then I was like, okay, now what?
Yeah, it's over. It's gone.
Yeah, it's over. It's gone. It's over. All right. So level 2. It's called Felix, the ego gratification. Happiness from comparison on being better, more admired to others. You feel this type of happiness when you, for example, win in sports or get a promotion. Everyone likes admiration and winning to some extent, but people varies a lot regarding how strong their competitive nature is. For some, it's everything. For others, it's just a very minor and very short-lived pleasure. Happiness for continuous comparison with other people is unstable because no one or very few people can win in all domains of life all the time. In case of failure, focusing too much on this level can lead to frustration and a sense of worthlessness. Excessive focus on comparison and self-promotion also risks to alienate the people around you and can lead to self-absorption, jealousy, and the oppression of others. Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep what you said, that, you know, everybody can't be, as we know now, can't be the GOAT. Everybody can't be the greatest. You know, you have in sports and music and a lot of things, you have the greatest one. So I guess if that's what you strive for, you never get there. That's what I'm saying. It can bring you to a state of depression if you don't reach that top goal.
So it's like, how do you, and actually this is one of the ones I wanted to do a show on too, is being competitive and having that, how to censor your competitiveness. Wow. You know what I'm saying? How to manage your competitiveness. Right. Because for me, I come from a very competitive family. Like when I say competitive, and it's mostly, is all of them, from the men and the women are very competitive. And when I say like basketball, baseball, running, track, shit, singing, dancing, even business.
Right. Wow, that's real deep.
Like they come from they're very competitive. For me, I am competitive, but I'm not in a point that I don't want to see others succeed.
Okay.
Yeah. That I don't want to see others succeed. And I think a lot of that happens when you are in that realm right here, what they were saying in this. And so it makes you feel like you haven't, that you're not happy because you haven't accomplished whatever. So remember when I said earlier in the show, in the show is that in the beginning, probably, I want to say about 8, no, longer than that. I guess it's about 10 years ago. Probably about 10 or 11 years ago, that's sort of what I was feeling, even though I felt like I was at the top of my game in the industry, but still to my family members and peers, I didn't feel happy because I wasn't living the life that of their perception of what it should be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And so with that is because I am the oldest of everybody, that there was a comparison on me versus everybody else.
Wow.
Yeah. And the thing is, it goes both ways because they were compared to what I was doing as well. So, well, you know, she do why you can't do. You see her over there doing that. You can do this. You can do better over here, you know, with that. Instead, you know, not saying that they wasn't rooting me on in it, but they were. But there was some competitiveness in there that kind of made things a little unhappy with a lot of things. If that makes sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I see that within some of my friends.
Okay.
Yeah, I see that in some of my friends. Yeah. All right. Number 3. Let me put on my nice little specs right here, y'all. All right.
New spec.
Yeah. Happiness level 3. Y'all gonna have to help me out when I say this. Batuda, BEATITUDO. The happiness for doing good for others and making the world a better place. This level of happiness is based on a human desire for connection, goodness, meaning, compassion, friendship, and unity. Some have summed it up as simply love. At this level, we move away from ourselves to focus on well-being of others. And the essence of our own happiness depends also on the happiness of others. Level 3 happiness is more lasting and for most people provides a deeper feeling of more than meaning than level 1 or 2. The limits of level 3 happiness can be said to be human imperfections. Nobody is perfect and human relationships involve disappointment, jealousy, and the risk to be hurt. That's part of life.
Wow.
He was quiet on that one.
Yeah, it is. That was something, but it goes back to, I think it goes back to that up and down of happiness. You know, being happy at some, you can be happy
at some things,
and then some things you may not be as happy
right.
with, you know, but instilling that you can't let those things affect your total happiness.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's the thing. If you got, say you got 2-3 kids and everything in the house is happy, you have a kid but one of the kids does something and get in trouble that you're very disappointed, you're very unhappy about, but that shouldn't sink your whole happiness of everything else in your life.
Right.
So the thing is, you have to do something to help that child out, help that child get back on his feet, you know, but that part is not happy, but the total part of your household is still happy.
Right.
You know?
Right. All right, and number 4. Number 4, happiness level 4 is sublime to the Batuta, ultimate perfect happiness. Level 4 happiness is the most difficult to describe. It involves a search of fulfillment and perfection. It has to do with finding the right balance between the other levels and then some. Psychologists have labeled this desire for ultimate happiness a call for connection to a larger universe or a sort of transcendence. I'm so sorry. So fulfill the desire through spirituality or religion, others through philosophy, art, scientific endeavors to find answers to some of the big questions of life. Human existence in the universe, there is no definitive of the universe answer. You have to find your own calling.
Break it down for
me. You want me to break it down for you? You want me to break it down for you? Okay, this is me.
There you go. Simple breakdown right there. That's the guy.
Yeah, it truly is, because I am truly trying to find that balance, and I think we all are. I believe that is what we all are searching for is that balance between, because we all have each one of those levels of happiness that we are guilty of and have experienced.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Those are things, like you said earlier, those are the different levels or the different things in your life, chapters, as I said earlier, or things that's happened in your life to make you feel those happy at those moments. And even though we say every day that you choose to be happy, you do, but then life does happen.
Yes.
Life does happen, like that phone call that happened on that 14th day. That was life. That was life for somebody else that happened, that, you know, the next day I was unable to choose to wake up and be happy that morning. But what we need to understand is that we still have a choice to be happy. Maybe not that day, maybe that was a bad day, but we can choose to be happy the next day. Exactly. Or 2 days, you know, ahead of time. What I've learned now, because I used to do everything like rush, try to make sure that I'm doing things, you know, I'm trying to make sure that I'm this success, for my success, by this certain time. And it was told to me that you have all the time in the universe to be as successful as you want to. But while you're doing it, enjoy it. Enjoy every moment of it. Enjoy the good of it. Enjoy the bad of it. And learn from all of these experiences that you're going through. But do it and try to be as happy as you can.
Right.
You know, so I guess by knowing you're happy, we really don't know what our true happy is, because you can be happy right at this moment, at this time, as you sit here listening to this stuff. A situation might happen, or just a feeling might happen tomorrow. You might not be as happy as you was yesterday. And I guess it's okay for that. And that's what we don't understand, is that it's okay not to be happy every day. Because that is not a true fulfillment, because it's not reality. Life is happening. You understand what I'm saying? So things happen. And I think that's what we have to stop thinking, is that happiness is the ultimate. And can it really be with life happening?
Life happening every day, all around us. Good point. Good point.
Can it? That was a moment of silence right there.
Waiting on you. Yeah.
A moment of silence right there. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to our BTG crew and get some comments from there. I would have thought we're going to get some comments from BTG. We
can go back up here. And we're going to start off with this. There was a comment up here that we want to get to. This is, let's go to Jeff.
All right. Hey, Jeff, thank you, baby. He said, that is something I need to ask myself. Can I be happy in my life? And maybe we need to be happy with yourselves first. That's true. Really knowing who you are first. Seriously. But but knowing who we are first. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Hey, Radical Brian. Mike, you dropped the bomb on me on that statement. I thought having a good job, getting a house and a car, finding a girl, getting married are the key to happiness, but that's not always true. No, it's not.
No.
And you want to go because he said your name. So go ahead.
No, I mean, at the statement, that's not always true, because it's more things that goes back to the word we're talking about, content. All that can make you content while you're still vying and working and building to do other things, you know, as far as for your self-happiness. But being with your family, yes, that's a very happy situation, you know. And if you're in a situation where you are totally happy with that and you're not trying to do anything else, then you are happy. And nobody else can debate that, you know.
Right.
People can always come back and say, well, you could be doing this, you should be doing that, but I'm happy where I'm at. So what's the argument?
Right. You know, I guess that's another thing, because people do people don't do it with no ill intention, where they say, well, you know, you could be doing this. And because you could be doing this. So sometimes it'd be like, why they saying that? Like, just let me be happy on where I'm at. But it's like, you're not being there happy.
Right.
Or where they feel that you should be, so you shouldn't be happy because you don't have, you know, A, B, C, or D. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're this person and you don't have A, B, C, and D, you should not be happy.
But the thing is, but your reply should that be, am I the one complaining or are you complaining?
Right. Right.
Because a whole lot of people will complain that you're not happy, but you're not complaining.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. All right, Dorman Daddy, thank you. When you content with the present, you're letting go of something, sometimes painful cravings. As a result, acceptance settles in. When you accept your situation, you allowed yourself to be happy. I
know you don't like that word, settle in.
But you know what? I understand it a little bit what he's saying, because it's something I say right now is sit in it. I say that now is sit in it. It's like sit in the moment on where you at right now or what's happening around you right now. Sit in your emotions. Sit in where is things are happening around you right now. And you think when you sit in it and you think about it, then that can better help you understand what is happening, what is your emotions, which emotions should be for you in that moment. So and don't get me, that's what I think when he says settle in.
Okay.
So I get it when he said, you know, when you're content, and that's helping me understand that word content a lot better. Because like I said, the word content for me was a negative thing. It was that you stagnated or it's not good enough, because that is what was drilled in my head as growing up. Is that also you're content with that? Or you're content with that? And so when you get that to you, that's been given to you, although you know, okay, that's not. Well, I guess not. So then, in my mind, content means to settle for.
Right. You understand?
But I like how he put it in. It's like, no, are you content with the present, and you're letting go of sometimes painful cravings? And I guess in painful cravings are things that you really want. And that you maybe can't accomplish, or it's out of your grips or accomplishing or whatever. You know, I just put an accomplishing as a result, acceptance, and let it settle in. So that's going back to what you were saying, Dog Pop Mike, is that you wanted to be this big NBA star. You know, you at 5'8", 9, 6'1", 6'2", whatever you choose to be, your height today, you know, you knew that, okay, possibly that I might not get there, so I'm good on where I'm at now.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, Miss Yoshi. Miss Yoshi Cook said, happiness to me is completely internal comfort with oneself and understanding of a humbling life experience. The ability to self-identify and self-heal through life journey. I love that. Thank you. I love that. I don't even think I need to put an explanation on that anymore, do I? No, I think that was great.
That says a lot, right there.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And go, don't remember another contentment. Okay,
this is contentment is about accepting people and things as they are and not dwelling on how you wish things should be.
Then we just And like I said, not dwelling on what we wish how they should be. You know? Is that the other way I say? So be happy and stop bitch.
That's what that sound like.
Be happy and stop bitch. And you know, sometimes I do understand that statement. Sometimes I do too, because when you sit back and you look and you see other people, you know other people that's got less and do less. It sometimes it make you feel blessed, but that is only by the eyes. Because tell you a quick story before we go out. I mean, this is back in like 96, 97. You know, I just got a relationship. I wasn't doing it, you know, and it was a Thanksgiving week, and I went to a homeless shelter, met a man and a woman, and they was there, you know, they was homeless, and talked to him. And the man said he was homeless because he lost his job. He had got divorced. He lost his job. And the woman, she was with him. They was together in a relationship. Said she's trying to get back on feet because she was addicted to drugs and alcohol, and the guy was helping her, and they was together. And I was asking, "Ooh, that's sad." And they were like, "Why is sad?" He said, "We together. We happy. We getting better. You know, he was looking for jobs. She wasn't doing the drugs. Said, we happy." And they looked at me and said, "What's your problem?" I said, "Oh, I came to help." They said, you came to help, or you came because you was feeling some type of way?" And honestly, I was feeling some type. I was kind of, I mean, I had family, I had friends. I could have been anywhere. I went to help, but I was going through a little depression. But the thing is I'm thinking I'm better than them because I'm going to help feed them on things because they was homeless, and really it was my problem. They was okay,
right?
You know, so it ain't all about what you see. They was, as we said, they was content. They was, to me, from the person,
right?
They was truly happy,
right?
You know, so sometimes we do get caught up in what we see and what we think other people are going through,
right? Okay, so I want to go back to the was a doorman day when you was like, just stop complaining, the commitment about accepting people in things as they are and not dwelling on how you wish things should be. Okay, now it was something that you said over there, Mr. Dog Pound Mike, that you said about the bitching, but it was like looking at others and comparing. For me, it's certain things that I do require in my relationship.
I understand.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to say to make me happy, but to put in my happy jar.
Oh, I understand.
You understand what I'm saying? So if that is told to you in that, so if I'm dating you and I've told you this in a relationship and you said, okay, yeah, I can do that, then you do that. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm telling you what makes me happy, but you're not doing what makes me happy.
Right.
And that's the thing, is a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. A lot of people say, well, you know, this is who I am. But if I told you who I was and I told you what I want, you have a choice to either do or not do.
Exactly.
So tell me if you're going to do, and if you don't do, then maybe I can find that. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
That's totally true. You can find that, so yes.
Right, so then you have other people. We're going to go. We're talking about people that make it other people happy.
Okay.
And accepting people. The thing is, we got to make sure that even accepting those people, that we're accepting their truth. And they're telling us their truth. A lot of people don't. A lot of people say things to get in to that situation or to that, you know, for that, and that's it. So then they're happy. They do the happy for them and not for the other. A particular situation that I had not too long ago, a situation that a young man was saying how much he does to make his family happy. You ask them, but did you ask them what they have? No, but I'm doing everything I can for them. But did you ask them what makes them happy? Now, they don't know what makes them, but did you ask them what makes them happy? And he didn't. But even if you ask them what makes them happy, what if they said no? What if they said no? No, I don't know what makes me happy. So then what does that do to you as a person that's trying to make that person happy? That's your happy, making somebody happy, but they don't know what their happy is. So do you feel like, well, they ain't appreciate what I'm giving them? And it's like, yeah, I am, but that still ain't what's making me happy, because I'm still trying to figure out what's making me happy.
Right.
But you want to put your happy on me. See, now we just went somewhere else with them.
Yeah, went totally somewhere else. You know, they feel you should be happy with what you're giving them, and if they're not saying what makes them happy, I mean, but the thing is they're not saying what makes them happy, but are they unhappy? Or do you feel they just unhappy because they not?
Because they're not what?
They're not saying what makes them happy.
But if they're not saying that they unhappy, so if they ain't said they unhappy and you just looking at their face or their expression, that might not have nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what some people take as like some things that's happening with people ain't got nothing to do with them.
Ain't got nothing to do with
So at that moment they can be happy, but maybe they're not showing you that they happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to put on how they show they happy.
Yeah. Especially a person who feels they giving happy, and that person they feel like they ain't happy because they not responding the way you think they should respond. So that's all on that person.
Okay, yeah, that's
because they're not responding the way you think they should respond.
Right.
I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, and you ain't appreciating it. I'm doing this, I'm doing it, you ain't appreciating. No, that's how you think they should respond.
Right.
They have every right to respond and feel the way that they feel.
Right. See, this we can go on forever with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Really, we can go on forever with this one.
Might be a two-part.
Yeah, we could go on forever with this one. We probably got because I would like. I guess even help to, what can we do to help maintain to get through it? You know what I'm saying? To get through, because we already said you ain't gonna be happy every day.
Right? No.
It's a blessing if you can be happy every day, but it's so many different levels to it, and we all searching for that balance. That's something that we all searching for. Is we are searching for that balance, but we also have to understand that life and reality happens. That today I could be happy as a jaybird and everything, but in tomorrow's situation or something happened and I'm not. Like earlier today, I'm having this migraine all day today, but I had gotten a call from my auntie to tell me that one of our loved ones had passed away, and she was crying and bawling. Mind you, I know she was happy earlier today. You know what I mean? So you understand what I'm saying? So it's like we have to understand and we have to be gentle with ourselves too, and not being so hard on ourselves to keep searching for this almighty happiness.
Oh yes, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
and search for the almighty happiness.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the thing is, you do have to find things inside of you that makes you happy, or even make you content, so you get through day to day.
Okay. Go to Yoshi real fast.
That's a good one right there. Yeah.
All right, Yoshi, thank you for sharing, baby. She said, example, was married 11 years and he never knew my favorite color. We do skip the details too often. Yeah. And you know what? And that's the thing. It really is. That is so true. We do skip the details. And even when you asking, what can I do to make you happy? And sometimes that person don't have an answer, or they be like, I'm good. No, I'm good on where I'm at. And it's like, are you okay with them being good where they at?
Mm-hmm. Going back to that one, I mean, I don't get my favorite. He never knew my favorite flower.
Right.
We do skip the details too often. And
what she mean is that, like, that's so simple of knowing they've been married for 11 years and you don't know her favorite flower. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? That should have been in the first conversation when y'all went out on a date.
True enough.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what should have been that first conversation.
Question, Yoshi. Did he ever know your favorite flower?
11 years and he never knew my favorite flower.
Okay. Yeah, that's a long time. That's forever, yeah.
We said that's forever. Hell yeah, that's forever. That's 11
forever.
Years.
Wow.
That's deep.
Yeah, dude, you gotta at least know the flowers. You gotta know the flowers, because when you fuck up, you gotta go get flowers, right? So you should know the flowers.
But let's shut up. That tells you something about him to not even want to know nothing about who you sleeping with or who you sharing your life with.
Wow. I hate to put this back, but we got to
I knew his. I told him during the divorce.
Wow.
I knew his. I told him during the divorce process.
Wow. That's deep.
Mm.
Did they ever? And you know, I guess I'm going to ask this question: did y'all ever tell each other before? Because after 11 years, you shouldn't have to tell a person. You should know through that process. If your relationship is not building and growing, you know, with a person where, I mean, even if you went and bought your own favorite flowers yourself, a man or whoever you should pick up like, ooh, I see she get those daisies.
Right, he paying attention to her.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So, yeah, that was messed up a long time ago.
Yeah, that was. All right, T. Brown says, sometimes they don't tell people what makes them happy because they think the other person should already know.
You do pick up on some things, but I know what you will say to them. You tell them right with this.
I am not a mind reader, and neither are you. You understand what I'm saying? So, what that say, closed mouths don't get fed. Mm-hmm. That is the truest statement at all. The only way that you can make me happy if I can tell you some of the things that would truly make me happy.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? No, go ahead.
You know, but the thing is, if we dating and I say, now where you want to go tonight? Oh, I want to go to a seafood place. Okay. And then we go out to one, you know, I like seafood, you know, and when you go to seafood place, I see you in the crab. Okay, so I should kick in at the well, like, ooh, maybe crab is her favorite meal. That's part of the whole dating process as well. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, things in a relationship you should pick up on, you know. So if down the road you've been together 6-7 years and I say go get crabs, then you tell me, nigga, I ain't like crabs. You know, that, you know, so the thing is he was trying to build this. Okay, I've been listening. I've been paying attention. I picked up on that, but he could be wrong then, right?
Well, yeah, maybe I'm not feeling crab that day.
True enough.
You understand what I'm saying?
True
but
enough.
just so it's like ads, communication. That's the problem. Communication. Seriously, that's why, like, I got a book.
You know, yes, it is communication. But the thing is, I know you like crab. I know you like crab. I know you like crab. So one night I'm gonna surprise you with crab. If you ain't feeling crab that night, is it my fault for trying to bring your friend and surprise you with something?
No, it's not. It's not. But don't get mad if I don't have the reaction that you wanted me to have with them crabs. Don't you understand what I'm saying? Because you brought the crab. I'm not feeling crab that day. Maybe my stomach hurt. Maybe it's something going on.
That's why I'm taking your ass to McDonald's.
And you grab me some crab, and I'm like, I'm really not feeling no crab right now. And actually, let me be honest. Don't you be bragging me with no little bitty snow crab leg, because you would get truly offended by my reaction of it. You better come with some real big king crab legs. I'm not getting ready to be fighting with them little bitty ass snow crab legs. So don't ever disrespect me in that way. So that depends. It depends on what kind of crab legs you bring me. Don't bring me that little stuff.
That's why you the queen. I can't be the king with king crab legs.
No, not bringing those snow crab legs again. You can't do that.
Oh, it wasn't that you like
your chick found out like, yeah, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, you know, don't come in this house. If you were paying that much attention, you would have known, oh, she orders the big crab, she orders that, you know?
Yeah, Charmaine, I said McDonald's. And we going through the drive-through too.
Well, you better make sure they got some McRib. Matter of fact, McRib is on their farewell tour.
Oh wow! We took it all to happiness to a whole different level.
But that's a part of the happiness, especially when you in a relationship that has to, do that. All right, go up, because it was one young man that asked about if I had any advice of getting into the adult industry.
Oh, you think he's still on?
He died. He gone. All right, just in case he might come back and look, Mr. Anthony Holden. Advice on getting into the porn industry. Let me say this now is a time where you can kind of do everything yourself. There are so many different websites, from OnlyFans to I want clips, and other things that you can actually do it yourself. Especially for men, it's a little harder getting in because there are different kind of totem poles to it. My thing is you build your fan base and you build it from there with your own content, where you imagine you can make a lot more money. If you can find girls that's on there that's doing content exchange or whatever like that, reach out to them and tell them, who you are, and possibly kind of work through there, through them, see if they're looking for any male talent to possibly shoot with, and hopefully they will share that content with you. And then you're able to post that, on your feeds, and maybe, cross, from there. Old school way to do it is, make sure you go to the conventions like AVN. AVN is one of the biggest conventions for the adult industry. They haven't one in Las Vegas in January. That's where a lot of content has been, shot amongst a lot of the stars, from there. That's another place that you can go and you can kind of network and get with the smaller companies as well. I just say be very careful on who you surround yourself with when you get into this industry. Because once people see you around those certain people, and then it's a no-go for where you're trying to go, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, do we have any more?
Any more questions? Everything else, we're ready to the topic.
All right. All right. So I want to say this. I want to say thank you. I know we went over an hour. That's okay. We can do that. We can do that. But I want to say thank you to all the BTG crew that's out there. T. Brown, Charmaine, RJ Nixon, Radical, Jeffrey, Doorman Daddy. Thank you so much. Yoshi Cook. I see you, baby. You came with a lot of great things. Black World, Eric Swan. Mark, I see you, baby. TS, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you for showing up. I see you comment on a lot of things. It's the first time that I seen you during the live. Thank you. I see my brother, Super Lover Jewel. How you doing, baby? I'm just going down, just showing some love. Marcella, how you doing? Mr. Chuck Rollins, what's going on, Mr. Rollins? All right, so I just wanted to just thank everybody. Thank y'all so much. Keep spreading the word. You can come back and like it, subscribe, do all of those things, but make sure that you go subscribe to iTunes or Spreaker, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of those good things. And check out some of the old. If you missed some of the old episodes, you can check it out right here on our YouTube channel right here, as well as you can go to AskNyomi.com right there. If you need any love, sex, relationship advice, please hit me up at info@AskNyomi.com. We will be back next Thursday.
Yes, we will. Next
Thursday. Don't forget, on Tuesdays at Ask Nyomi Instagram Live, I'm there with Tuesday Tea Time with Nyomi, where we just talk about some things. We talk. We just talk. And that's where you're able to really talk to me one-on-one. I bring you up live on the thing. And so you see it from there. But as I always say, be good to one another and yourselves, and always keep it sexy. All right, see y'all next week.
Hey, it's the goddess Nyomi Banks. And I hope you enjoyed that last episode of Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap. And if you did, please like, subscribe, press that notification button, as well as comment. I'll see you next week. Keep it sexy.
Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationships, cultural differences, and so much more.